wants to know, will Trump show up or not? In the meantime, Huckabee and Santorum say they'll skip the Fox debate and help Trump raise money for veterans. Our trustworthy friends and peace partners in Iran are claiming that the Holocaust never happened. Comedian Tim Allen compares the Clintons to herpes. And the latest weapon in the jihadist arsenal is exploding kangaroos. No, I'm not kidding. My name is Howard Riell, and this is Riell Truth. You're listening to the American Freedom Network, streaming live around the world at AmericanNewsNet.com and on Facebook and YouTube and Tumblr and in the book Riell Truth, Stay Angry. And of course, as always, broadcasting out across the Colorado Front Range on KHNC, Johnstown, Colorado, 1360 AM The Lion. Our call-in number remains 877-254-7524. My friends, it's Thursday, unless everybody's been lying to me. Last day of the week, on the air, let's make the most of it. Let's go to the news item you're all interested in, okay? I don't play favorites. Item from Reuters. Donald Trump will widen a rupture between his supporters and the Republican Party establishment on Thursday when he boycotts a presidential debate in a snub to Fox News only days before the 2016 election season starts in earnest. The billionaire frontrunner for the Republican nomination will host his own event in Iowa during the Fox News debate, likely damaging primetime TV ratings on the most powerful media force in Republican politics. Trump withdrew from the encounter in a spat with network anchor Megyn Kelly, whom he accuses of treating him unfairly. The debate tonight will be a total disaster, Trump quipped in a Twitter post on Thursday morning. Low ratings with advertisers and advertising rates dropping like a rock. I hate to see this. It's a risky move that could lose him votes at Monday's Iowa caucuses, the first nominating contest in the November 8th presidential election. But Trump's support in the polls, much of it from blue-collar males, has not wavered for months, despite him insulting Mexican immigrants, threatening to deny Muslims entry to the United States, and fighting with Republican establishment figures like Senator John McCain. Stop! Okay, now a little bit of truth. He wasn't insulting Mexican immigrants. Mexican immigrants insult themselves and Americans when they come here and commit all sorts of heinous crimes, and when they bring all kinds of disgusting third world diseases with them, and when they go immediately to a welfare office. Those are the Mexican immigrants, illegal immigrants, that Trump was talking about. He did not insult Mexican immigrants. It's a lie. As far as threatening to deny Muslims entry to the United States, I love it. And as far as calling John McCain a Republican establishment figure, well, maybe he used to be until he revealed himself to be a horse's ass. As far as I'm concerned, he's nowhere now. But let me say this. Wherever I go, people want to know, Riell, what do you think about this thing between Trump and Megyn Kelly? Well, I got to tell you, you know I like Trump. You know I respect Trump, and I think Trump could be a great president, but I don't think Megyn Kelly did insult him. All Megyn Kelly did was read Trump's own words back to him. As a journalist for 37 years now, I'm getting old and creaky, but as a journalist for almost 4 decades, I got to tell you, you're not insulting someone when you simply read them back their own quotes. If Trump didn't like the quotes, if he felt that they put him in a bad light, that's on him, because those words came out of his mouth. I find no fault with Megyn Kelly. Related item from the Holy New York Times. Mike Huckabee, the winner of the 2008 Iowa caucuses, who's been struggling to gain traction in this year's race, will appear with Donald J. Trump at an event for veterans that the billionaire businessman has scheduled as counter-programming to tonight's debate on Fox News, which he's skipping. Another low-polling former caucuses winner, Riell Santorum, has also been very aggressively criticizing Mr. Cruz, but not Mr. Trump. John Brabender, the top strategist for Mr. Santorum, said his candidate would be honored to help support our veterans. He also plans to attend. Unquote. Good for them. Related item. This one comes from Breitbart. Conservative commentator and best-selling author Michelle Malkin slammed Fox News on Twitter for the network's decision to allow someone who entered the country illegally to participate as a questioner in the Republican presidential debate. Malkin tweeted, quote, Fox News debate questioner Dulce Candy was an illegal immigrant. I'm sure her question will be fair. When open borders media are in charge of debates, voters lose, Malkin later tweeted, explaining why the interests of American victims of open borders immigration policies go largely unrepresented at presidential debates. As Malkin highlights in her new book, Sold Out, How High-Tech Billionaires and Bipartisan Beltway Crap Weasels Are Screwing America's Best and Brightest Workers, Fox News founder Rupert Murdoch is the co-chair of one of the most powerful open borders immigration lobbying firms in the country, the Partnership for a New American Economy. As Breitbart News has previously reported, this undisclosed conflict of interest may perhaps explain the treatment that GOP frontrunner Donald Trump has received from the network. Stop. My friends, let me tell you something. Fox News, you get more truth in Fox News than any of the other cable stations, but they're not perfect. They don't want Donald Trump. They have been slamming him relentlessly ever since he started to show some popularity, as has National Review, as have many of the Republican pundits. Now you're asking, we got a Republican candidate who's going gonzo in the popularity department. Why would the Republican Party and the Republican pundits want to take him down? Well, it's an obvious one. The party wants power to reside in the party, in their machinery, in their brotherhood, their cabal. Trump's not part of it. They don't want someone come in and crashing their party. They want to retain the power, and that's why you have all the Republican pundits who are connected to that power organization also opposing Trump. Well, if the Republicans aren't careful, I mean the party Republicans, they are going to slam Trump enough so that the Republicans will lose the presidential election and they will never win another one. It's called giving the American people what the American people want and what America needs. Instead, they're putting their own little vested interest before that, and that kind of thing has been the downfall of the United States. It's time for the party establishment and the bigwigs at Fox News to recognize that before their bigwigs and before their party establishment, they are Americans, and they should and must want what's good for America. It's Thursday, Riell Truth. I will be back.
Howdy folks, have you ever thought about having your own backyard chickens? Now you have a source for certified organic, no GMO, no soy chicken feed. HappyHens.biz can even deliver, or you can pick up. Call me, Tim, at 303-829-5948, or go to happyhens.biz for pricing and ingredients. At happyhens.biz, we love happyhens.biz, or call us at 303-829-5948.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Phillips, founder of the Green Herb. How many times have you gone into a health food store and are confused as to the many different brands and prices on the same herbal supplements? You want to buy the cheapest, but you're afraid that quality is less, so you buy the most expensive. Truth is, the cheapest may be better. Green Herb herbal supplements are all manufactured in our Wheat Ridge, Colorado plant at 4565 Kipling Street, using the highest quality herb that we source from all over the world. Our 150 different herbal supplements are the most potent and safest in America. Our guarantee is your money back, no time limit, just return the bottle empty or full, no questions asked. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name, New Genesis Health, or call us at 888-765-HERB, that's 888-765-4372.
The Lord brings the counsel of the nations to nothing. He makes the plans of the people of no effect. The counsel of the Lord stands forever, the plans of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people he has chosen as his own inheritance. Psalm 33, verses 10 through 12.
I am back, my friends. Howard Riell. The show is called Riell Truth, and have I got have I got videos for you? Here is, let me see, what am I going to start with? Okay, I'll tell you what. I hear a beeping in my ear. So either there's something wrong with my auditory canal or I've got a caller on the line. Have I got a caller?
This is Amir Hawatma.
Amir Hawatma, how are you, sir?
Doing well, my friend. Doing well. And you?
I am fine. Let me reintroduce you because my friend Amir Hawatma has been on this show before, but it's been 2 or 3 years. He is a great American. He is a great businessman, one of the smartest people I know. He loves America, wants what's best for the United States of America. He has a 15-year-old son who's going to be president one day. And when I was talking to Amir, I invited him onto the show. We can only gain by hearing what he has to say. Amir, what would you like to tell us?
I'll tell you that what you said earlier is definitely on the money. Right now, our biggest issue in this country is the separation between the people and its government. And as an immigrant to this country that chose to be in this country and supports and will die for this nation, more for its people than obviously for its government, that the government has forgotten who they're there to govern. They are not there for themselves. They are not there for special interests. They are supposed to be there for the American people, and the Constitution should be the system in which they lead the people. And that's what breaks my heart.
Well, I share your heartbrokenness because the Constitution is all that's keeping the special interests from completely swallowing this country, and day by day they're chipping away at it, Amir.
There's no question. There's no question in my mind about that. And I don't understand anymore. I mean, like I said, I'm an immigrant to this country. I chose to come to this nation because it gave the opportunity for freedom. It gave the opportunity for self-worth. It gives you the opportunity to become who you want and have the freedom to become who you want without no one telling you how, when, or where. And now we're losing that how, when, and where. People are taking that away from us. And who's doing it? Our own people. Our own elected officials. And this is why Trump is such a magnitude right now. This is why people are paying so close attention to him. It's because he's not a politician. Because he's a businessman. And a businessman understands what needs to be done. And hopefully that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Now, obviously there's concerns and questions, but right now I think that's where everybody's coming from. That's where the desire to see someone, a true outsider, come in and try to get things back on track.
How is Bernie Sanders presenting himself as an outsider when he's been in Congress for 25 years?
What I don't understand is how does a registered socialist, technically a communist, in the United States of America, even with its freedoms that it offers, can run for president of the United States of a true republic with his standards? I don't get it. I'm beyond confused at that point.
Amir, when I say on the show all the time, yes, we've got lousy politicians, and yes, we've got Hillary Clinton, who should be in a jail cell by now, and yes, and yes, and yes, and yes, but the fact of the matter is, we the people have been electing and re-electing these people. Incumbents are re-elected 90-some-odd plus percent of the time. We keep putting these con artists, these shamsters, in positions of power, and the worst case of all is Hillary Clinton. I am dismayed that there are millions of Americans who actually think she could be a good president. What are your thoughts? Amir, you still with me? My friends, we've lost Amir Hawatma. He will call back, and I am eager to talk to him, and I'm eager for you to hear what he has to say, because the guy really is brilliant, and he really does love America, and he's a really good guy. So while I'm waiting for him to come back on the line, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to go to a video. I'm going to do news, because when he does come back on the line, I want to bring him right back on. So let's go. No sooner said than done. Amir, you back with us?
I'm back.
Okay, I'm glad. I was just lamenting the fact that there are millions of Americans who actually want Hillary Clinton to be president. How do we educate people and make them smarter than that?
I don't know. There's another bit of bewilderment for me. It's pretty obvious. You've really got to be an ostrich with your head so far in the dirt that you can't see daylight to know that this is not an individual, a person, an American that really truly stands for America. She had every opportunity as a leader, from the First Lady to Secretary of State to Senator. She's had every opportunity to do right for this country. When did she do it? When did you stand up and represent this nation and put it first? When? You had some of the greatest positions in America in leadership, and you never shined. Why? And now you want to be the president? How? And it breaks my heart to see people choose someone on that level, more of emotions instead of intellect. Well, if people, you want to be emotional, love your country before you love an individual.
Well, that's how liberals operate. They operate all on emotion. Susan Sarandon, the actress, is a well-known liberal. And I've been waiting for years for an intelligent word to come out of her mouth. And finally today it did. She is slamming Hillary Clinton and saying just what you just said. What has she ever done? What has she ever done that Americans can be proud of? And the answer is she's never done a single thing for America to be proud of.
Well, the truth of that situation is it's unfortunate right now. Everybody, not just the Democrats, but I'm really ashamed of also my own political party, which is the Republicans. What are you doing? You wanted the Congress and the Senate. Well, the American people handed it to you. What are you doing with it?
They've done nothing.
And that's the shame of it all.
They've squandered it.
It's shameful. I don't know what other words to say. It has nothing to do with intellect at this point. It has nothing to do with anything else. The bottom line, it's a shameful representation of the people we choose to be leaders in our community. It's absolutely shameful.
Amer, if the worst happens, let's say, God forbid, Hillary Clinton becomes president, 4 years from now, what does the American economy look like? You're a businessman. You know the answer to this question. What will America's economy be after 4 years of Hillary?
After it's all sold, what's left of it is sold to the rest of the world, to the Russians, the Chinese, the Middle Easterns. What economy? At that point, you know what? We need to become a socialist country, so our government can be like old communist Russia and take care of everybody, because there's nothing going to be left. Between our government and our billionaires who want to become trillionaires, where's the middle class that built this country where it is today? Where is it? Where is it going to go? It's nowhere. It's going away.
The middle class is caught between the makers and the takers. We're being ground up in between those two forces.
What scares me is I always perceive myself as the American dream. An immigrant coming to this country, working his tail off. And becoming something. What is going to be left for my children and the children of every other American here in this country? What's going to be left? Unless they become politicians too, so they can get fed by everybody else? No, that's not where that's going to go.
It's interesting that you're saying that, because I've got 2 kids, and I'm worried about what America is going to be like in 40 years. I won't be around, but my kids will be around, and their kids will be around. And I shudder to think that the shambles that this nation will be. And as America goes, so goes the rest of the world, because the world in so many ways depends on and feeds off and works off of America. And once we're taken down, what happens to the rest of the planet?
No question. America has fed and made the entire world what it is today. And now the entire world is taking advantage of America. Not by the hand of the world, but by the hand of the leaders of America.
What should we do with these with the illegal aliens coming in through the southern border, with other aliens that are coming in here and coming in Europe? What's to be done with the immigration flow out of the third world to the Europe and America? What's your solution?
I am an immigrant.
Right.
My father came to this nation, and he followed the rule of the law and became an American citizen.
Absolutely.
So did I.
Absolutely.
We were people that came here that wanted to make ourselves greater through our country. Now we're bringing people in that want to turn our country into the disaster that they ran away from. Huh?
And liberals want to help them.
Yeah, and liberals want to give them everything.
Right.
And yet here in our streets we have homeless, and most of our homeless are vets.
Right.
People who fought for the freedoms that these liberals are taking advantage of.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have anything to help them with. We have nothing to do for that. Yet we have all this money to bring people in that want to kill us, that want to threaten us, that want to change our way of life to meet their way of life that they're running away from.
You know, it's the classic case of two men in a rowboat, and one of them starts drilling a hole in the bottom, and the other guy says, "Hey, what are you doing? We're going to sink." And the first guy with the drill says, "Hey, this is my side of the boat. Don't tell me what to do." That's what liberals are doing to America.
There's no question. There's no question. In fact, now I think both sides of the fence are there. So now the liberals are convincing even the conservative party, which is supposed to be the Republican Party, and now they're giving them the tools to drill more holes. Except, I just don't like the fact that you're doing it. But okay, I'm not going to stop you either. Listen, we need warriors in this nation again. We need people who are going to stand up and fight for this country. The line is being drawn in the sand, and people are going to get on each side of it. And the question is, what are you going to be? Are you going to be an American that's going to protect this nation, or are you going to be someone who wants to hurt this nation? And that's what it's going to come down to.
Well, that's why I think Donald Trump is the right man at the right time, because he's willing to kick some ass, quite frankly, and get things done. He's willing to be the bull in the china shop, while people like Jeb Bush and Rubio and the others, they want to play according to the rules, but the rules are strangling this country. We need someone to break the rules and get results. Am I wrong?
Well, the rules have been made by people who have been corrupt. So they are corrupt rules. We need people that, if we could take all the rules and all the laws and bundle them on one big ball and throw them in the middle of the ocean, okay? And then start and create rules and laws that actually govern this country by the basis of the principal foundation of this nation that will move it to a new future instead of whatever all the stuff that we made, all the laws that we did to get us to where we're at today that were nothing but a disaster to begin with. So I don't want disastrous people running disastrous thing anymore. There's so many names in our system that we can speak about that, they've been there serving for 50, 60 years. Well, today's America, yesterday's America has changed. Yet the foundation of America should still be the same. And that foundation is the Constitution. And that Constitution, no one is representing it, no one is protecting it. Everybody's coming at it to attack it for what reason? For their own self-want, their own self-need, their own self-interest. And you know what? It's just getting a little too much.
I loved your answer when we spoke a few hours ago. I asked you, you're going to be watching the debate tonight, or you're going to be watching the Trump event. What was your answer? Do you remember? You told me
that matter to me.
You told me I'm
going to be watching.
You told me
hanging out with my children.
You told me you were going to be working. You're going to be with your family or working, right?
Well, that's what I do. I just picked up my kids for school. I'm going to work with my children.
Why?
How many kids go to work with their dad after they get picked up from school?
Why don't you just let the government take care of it?
We got to work all the time because you know what? I was in a conversation the other day with some liberal. The system is that if the system runs out of money, who has the money? It's the people who work and create the money. It's the taxes that are collected. Who creates the taxes? If there's no one to create the taxes, how do you have a system?
Well, Barack Obama would tell you didn't create your business, the government did.
Well, I'll tell you, when I first heard the word, you didn't build it, someone else did. I want to tell you what the heck that someone else is. I'm going to get my investments back.
Oh, Amir, we got to do this more often.
Get them. So all the other liberal Americans that have all these millions of dollars, said, say something, send me my money back.
All right, Amir, thanks very much for calling in. I love you. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
All right, take care. Folks, we'll be right back.
Howdy, folks. Have you ever thought about having your own backyard chickens? Now you have a source for certified organic, no GMO, no soy chicken feed. HappyHens.biz can even deliver, or you can pick up. Call me, Tim, at 303-829-5948, or go to happyhens.biz for pricing and ingredients. At happyhens.biz, we love happyhens.biz, or call us at 303-829-5948.
Great Plains Power has been providing reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom-tailored capabilities as modest emergency lighting all the way to commercial-scale power. Great Plains Power is a full-service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom-designed system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to greatplainssolar.com. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness of him and cried out, saying, This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the America's News Network. Since the uniform people really ask everyone to get involved in our community this holiday season, whether it's a toy for a needy child, care package for military members, or giving the gift of life by giving blood, you can make a difference and directly affect someone else's life. This message is from Census, the uniform people in Greeley. Call 352-2233. They're on the air because they care. Named one of the most admired outsourcing companies in America. Census.
Hi folks, welcome back to Riell Truth. Howard Riell behind the microphone. Once again, my thanks to Amer Hatma. I'm too excited. Amer Halatma for calling in. He really is a brilliant guy. His heart's in the right place. His head's in the right place. And he brings clear thinking that, believe me, this country needs desperately. Now, let's go to, let's see, what do we got here? I think this is the Steve Malzberg show. He's going to have Pat Buchanan talking about Trump and Clinton. I think Pat Buchanan is going to say something like, Trump is the future of the Republican Party. I think that's what this clip is. Let's listen.
A network which is going to be as biased as they have been against him. As soon as they put that press release out, it's clearly a statement which, they did it just to get his attention. This is something that Fox wanted to do to increase their ratings as it related to more people watching this debate. And, it just doesn't make sense. What we know is that Megyn Kelly is totally obsessed with Mr. Trump. She's done show after show about, why the media shouldn't be having him on television.
All right, joining us now is the one and only Patrick J. Buchanan, former GOP presidential candidate, former Nixon and Reagan aide, syndicated columnist. Read Pat at newsmax.com/insiders. Hello, sir.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing well. Okay, so you've been in every aspect of this. You've been the candidate. You've been working for the candidate. You've been everywhere with this. So and now you talk about the candidate. So what's your take on what's going on here? And is Donald Trump right not to appear tomorrow?
He's got a perfect right to drop out of the debate. They taunted him. They baited him. They disrespected him in a mock news release. And he simply decided, look, if that's the way you're going to treat me, go right ahead and have your debate, and I'm not attending. I mean, they got a perfect right to do that. CNBC, I think, has been dropped out of the debate because of the handling by the moderators. National Review has been dropped out of a debate after it launched an all-out attack on Trump. And so Trump responds and says, I'm not going to be in the debate. I think he's made the right decision from his standpoint, and I hope he stands by it.
Well, okay. Now, he's come at it from a lot of different ways. Megyn Kelly. But then yesterday, the press release that I talked about before we went to you here, the press releases that Fox put out, and one in particular that accused him of the word terroristic kind of thing, threats against hosts there. And he said that's it. I'm done. Yet, and he talks about he's not going to help Fox make money. But I don't want to talk about the show, but he's going on Fox tonight. So I don't get that.
What he's saying, he has an institutional problem with the Fox News organization because of the manner in which they treat him with press releases and taunts, etc., and the people they put on as moderators who are hostile to him. But he's not hostile to everybody at Fox. I'm sure he's not hostile to Sean Hannity or O'Reilly. He's been on the show many times. I don't find any inconsistency there.
All right, fair enough. All right, to me, it's whatever.
So, Steve, the Beltway right has a bit of a problem here. You got National Review, the Weekly Standard, Commentary, and now Fox News and all the conservative columnists inside the Beltway, or a lot of them, are beating up on Trump constantly, which they got every right to do. But they better realize that Donald Trump is walking off with Middle America.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. All right, and so who benefits? What happens when that debate takes place? In other words, there'll be an empty podium, we could assume.
I'm not sure they're allowed to put an empty podium up there.
Really?
I think they got some rules on that. Are they going to put an empty podium there?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just assuming. But if they're not allowed to, let's say, okay, whether or not they're allowed to.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
If Fox News put an empty podium up there, it would be a deliberately hostile act to Donald Trump. Deliberately. Now, did they put an empty podium up there when Ronald Reagan declined to perform in the debate before the Iowa caucuses in 1980? I mean, that would be a political decision on the part of Fox News to get back at Trump as an organization and to trash him. And I think it ought to be condemned, and I would hope Donald Trump, I would think, would condemn it.
What about the RNC? You think they would condemn it?
Well, their nominee. Well, they better stop disrespecting someone who has a pretty good chance of being their nominee.
Yeah, no, I would say so as well. All right, but
there's a lot of rice balls up there at the RNC that could be broken real fast.
So do you think, though, from the politics of it, if there is a debate, do you think Ted Cruz benefits from this at all in Iowa?
Well, I think it's, I don't want to make a hard prediction, but there's no doubt Ted Cruz will be the man under attack. They will be going after him because he'll be he's the one they want to take down if they want to move past him and go after Trump. But then also, let me say, if you're that guy in that position, that's not too bad a position if you're fighting off everyone up there and you're doing a good job. And Cruz is a good debater. So I think it's sort of wide open how it would come out. Yeah, they will be after Trump. After Cruz, I would predict. But Cruz is a good debater.
All right, very quickly, we got a little over a minute. Tom DeLay was on this show, made big news the other day. Said his FBI sources tell him that the FBI is ready to indict, and if they indict or recommend indictment, and it doesn't happen, there's going to be an uproar, an upheaval in the FBI and elsewhere. People are going to come forward. Where do you think we stand? What are you hearing as far as a possible indictment on Hillary?
Well, I don't have any sources that I work down there in the FBI, but my expectation, given the depth and length of this investigation, is that they're coming up with something, some of the stuff popping out, and I would not be surprised if the FBI sent a recommendation for indictment to the Department of Justice. And as a matter of fact, if I were a betting man, I would put money on it. Whether the Justice Department would follow with an indictment, I don't know, but I'll tell you, this race for the presidency, this thing is wide open. It would not surprise me.
All right, my friends, the Justice Department would amaze me if they acted on it because the Justice Department is controlled directly by Obama. Obama knows that if it's not Hillary, then Bernie Sanders is never going to be president. So he'd basically be taking the Democrats away from the White House. And so I fear, I hope my fears are ill-founded, but I fear that we're going to see that there are indeed two systems of justice in the United States. Schleppers like me and you, well, we have to obey the law or we get punished. But elites like Hillary Clinton, they get away with just about everything. That's my worst fear. I hope it turns out not to be the reality. As far as Hillary actually being indicted and going to jail, look, my birthday's July 1st. I would love to have that as a birthday present. Item from the Jerusalem Post. Iran's Supreme Leader on Wednesday once again repeated provocative assertions about the Holocaust, defying the world on a day that had paused to remember the victims of the Nazi genocide in Europe. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei released a video in which he said America, quote, assists the fake Zionist regime, and that, quote, when they say in their slogans that they're opposed to terrorism and ISIS, they are lying. Of the Holocaust, Khamenei said, quote, it's not clear whether the core of this matter is a reality or not. If it is a reality, it's not clear how it happened. This is the ignorance that exists in today's world. We should be awake. Muslims should know, unquote. My friends, Muslims should know that they can't conquer the world. How can we teach them that? One way is by absolutely decimating Iran, leaving a crater where Iran used to be, to send a signal to the Muslim world that said, your global plans for jihad have come to a screeching halt. Look at the radioactive crater and tell us if you want to try and conquer the world in the name of Allah or not. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Riell Truth, as always, marches on. Alright guys, I'm all done. I'll be back on Monday with more Riell Truth. Thanks for watching.